All right, so going to go ahead and get started with a few announcements. We do have an opening spot on Friday for our agent, excuse me, our agent spotlight videos. It's a 3 p.m. time slot. Is anyone available who would like to plug into that? Who has not already scheduled their video session? Okay, I'll ask Kevin.
Hold on, let me find out.
Okay.
Okay, so far we have let's see here.
For next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we have Erica, Kelly, Jasmine, Angelica, and myself. And then
On Friday?
not all for Friday, no.
So who's on Friday?
We have Angelica, myself, Scott, and Jose. Oh, Jose's here. Perfect. So, Nick, I know we still need to get you for. I know you to reschedule. So
Nick, Matthew, Saxon, or Lee. Erica's the following week on the 1st.
No, you said Lee.
No, Erica is the who's on the 1st.
Erica, yes, Erica is the following week.
Okay, and Jasmine's the following week on the 1st.
Yes, and Kelly and Morales.
And Lee is out of town on the 1st. So Lee, you want to take the 3 o'clock spot, or it's going to be Saxon, Matthew, or Nick?
I'm going to be at a wedding on the 24th. So I had talked to Patrick about doing 1 o'clock on the 1st, and he's waiting for confirmation on that.
Oh, because yeah, Kelly was supposed to have that spot. So we're just waiting for confirmation from Kelly. She's on vacation right now, so
She comes back today and then she leaves tomorrow.
okay.
I mean, I can do a different time on the 1st. If that helps.
That should.
If there's openings. I don't need to do 1 o'clock. I just had 1 o'clock on the 24th. So.
Okay, there is a 3 o'clock available. That's the only one left on that Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Pull me in for 3 o'clock, coach.
And so what's the time order of the people on the 1st?
On the 1st, hold on 1 second. Oh, the 1st is, yeah, it's from 11 to 4.
No, I mean, what's the order of the people?
Oh, what's the order? So Erica, Morales, Kelly, and then we have now Nick, and then Jasmine.
So Nick's at 2, Jasmine's at 3.
Correct. Well,
Nick's at 3, Jasmine's at 4.
11 a.m. Erica. Morales is at noon. Kelly's at 1.
I thought it was 3.
Oh, Kelly's at 1.
Yeah. Jasmine's at 3.
Jasmine's at 3.
Do you want me to?
No one's at 2 right now.
Oh, 2. I'm sorry, Nick. I said 3.
That's okay. You want me to come? I'll come at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And we're still waiting for confirmation from Kelly if she can make it for the 1 o'clock.
Okay, and we're still waiting for Kelly for the 1 o'clock.
Okay, so Scott, Saxon, Matthew, Lee. Not to call you out, but to call you out because it's housekeeping. We can do 3 or 4 o'clock on this Friday.
I already told you I'm working, Ben.
That's right.
Hey, Ben, I'm already scheduled for
This Friday.
Yeah, this Friday.
Sorry, Scott, you're at 1.
With my own family.
I'm getting confused on when I was, because I know you guys rescheduled. I was scheduled for one day. I'm watching the dog this week on Friday still too, so I might be able to fit it in, but I'm not sure.
Your other choice is 4 o'clock on October 1st.
I guess we could do that. That works.
Do you need some time to confirm whether you want to do this Friday or next Friday?
I would, just because I don't know what we're doing. I think we have something we could do Friday with the dog. So I think October would be best probably.
Okay, we'll pencil you in, but
So the 1st is booked though, unless Kelly can't do it. So We just have to wait to hear back from Kelly. If she can't take it, then Saxon, you can have the 1 o'clock spot that Kelly was going to have.
Or we'll shift Saxon to 4 o'clock.
I psychologist.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Frankie.
No.
All right. Okay, sorry, now that that housekeeping is out of the way. So let's start with wins and lessons learned real fast. Who wants to share what's going on in your life? What deals have you worked on? Any good positive conversations in the last 24 hours?
I had a lead that came to one of my open houses. Oh gosh, probably like 3 to 4 weeks ago. I set her up on email notifications for the MLS, and she emailed me last night at like 10 o'clock and was like, hey, I want to put an offer in on this one. So we went back and forth. She ended up selling her house, has cash to put down on a new place, and is ready to purchase a house, I guess. So
Nice.
we'll be submitting an offer on that today.
Open houses pay off.
Yes, they do.
Just got to do your follow-up. That's awesome. Great job. Other wins from yesterday. I think Alan's here.
You say my name? Sorry.
No, Alan.
Oh,
You
Alan.
do have-
Hey.
you have-
Yes, we are very excited to announce we are verbally under contract. We haven't gotten the official offer signed yet, but we got the call from the agent yesterday that we are under contract and the guy has agreed. So very, very, very excited. Ben did all of the negotiating, so I'm very, very thankful. But yay.
Whoa,
Uh,
And this is on your listing?
Yes, the buyer that I had from like 3 months ago that was like, oh, we're gonna push out a year and we're not gonna make any commitments, and then he just randomly was like, we want to make an offer on this house. So the big one, 1.65 million, we finally agreed on.
Love how you just-
Crazy. What's that?
I love how you just glazed over that.
I'm just like in shock. Like I still don't believe it myself.
The possibilities. Oh,
Ugh.
that's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't believe it, but yeah,
See,
very
Nick,
exciting.
Nick was worried about Morales, but little does he know Alan's going to be catching up.
A little stealth
Yeah.
mode.
You're gonna be caught right
Watch
up
out, Morales.
after that one transaction closes. My God.
So congrats.
Thanks for all your help.
My pleasure. Other wins from yesterday.
I also had a listing, not presentation, but I've been going back and forth with these sellers. My neighbor, it's her good friend from Bolivia. She has a townhouse in Champions Gate, and she finally arrived yesterday morning. And so she literally came over to my house because she's staying with Veronica right across the street. And we sat in my office here for an hour and a half and talked about putting her vacation rental on the market. So she's got some things to figure out with the management company and going down there to make sure that it's in presentable order because she has not seen it in months. So she's going to get all that, but she has all the paperwork to sign, and it should be happening probably within the next week.
Fantastic. And I want you to share, because you're one of the handful on the team that have really capitalized on farming their neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've literally listed 2 or 3 houses from your neighborhood, or at least sold in your neighborhood. So what are like a few things that you do or that other people on the team should consider doing, or anyone can share about how you guys are farming your neighborhood or making sure you're known in your neighborhood? And is there competition in your neighborhood? Is there another realtor living there that you have to, deal with?
Yes, there are. Her name is Arlene and her husband's name is Paul. They live on the other street here. I went on the MLS because I'm shady and went to go see how many transactions they had closed. And they've closed like nothing. He's closed, I think, like $600,000 this year, but they've been in the business since 1987. So, but I'm like, whatever, I've already closed 4 times that amount. So, but yes, there are other realtors in this area. And sometimes you wake up to one of your other neighbors commenting on your Facebook neighborhood group about how wonderful that realtor is and how helpful they've been, and how if anyone needs any help, that you should go to Paul and Arlene. And I've talked to this woman multiple times on many occasions about selling her house, and she's kind of a witch of a woman. But anyhow, so yes, there is competition. And what I do to get business here is I actively go out of my way to hang out with people in this neighborhood and get in front of their face and spend quality time with them. I do genuinely enjoy them, but in the back of my mind, I also know that by being with them, by interacting with them, and just having the like human connection, that is going to help whenever they decide to buy or sell. Our community does like Zumba classes, workout classes. And so I have gone to those, not only to get a great workout, but also to, again, get in front of their faces, interact with them, and have some kind of human connection. The other thing that I do is post on that neighborhood Facebook group. Every Saturday, our group allows like one promotional business post a day on Saturdays. So I've gone in and done like a market update, like this is what the market looks like. A community update, like this is what the previous sales have just sold for. If you want to, CMA, like, let me know. So it's just about getting your name out there and having people know who you are. And that takes time and energy and effort, but it's worth it.
But it's consistently staying top of mind.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nick,
And
go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
What do you think of door knockers walking around and putting those door knockers on people's doors?
I have not personally done that. Sharon Infante has said that she will literally send me door knockers, or like little things that you can put on the front door. I have gone door knocking before open houses for my listings in here, and just been like, hey, having an open house in an hour, blah, 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 blah. But other than that, I have not personally gone and knocked on neighbors' doors. No.
I'm trying to figure out a campaign for my neighborhood. And that was one of the ones I was thinking of. Walking around my dog and hanging door knockers and trying to talk to people.
So one of the things that came up in the Funk Collection expansion meeting that was in person last week, which was very insightful, is Tan and Teston shared about how her farming techniques for her neighborhood and a neighborhood that a client was looking to buy a house in. And one of the things that she does, she's very active in her neighborhood, just like Nick, and goes out of her way to say hello to the neighbors. And when you guys build those relationships, people will start recognizing you at Publix and saying hi, and you might not even know that they live in your neighborhood, right? And so she was sharing those kinds of stories, but when she had a good point that she wouldn't necessarily put out door knockers for, getting a CMA or business solicitation, but because she was active in the community, she would either put on events or help put on events, and then she would use that as marketing material to go around the neighborhood. So Scott, if your neighborhood does like a Halloween party or a garage sale or anything like that, like if there's any community event coming up, I think that would be a really wise opportunity to create door knockers promoting the community event, but then obviously have your name, comma, realtor with the phone number at the bottom. Because with your phone number at the bottom, like if you have any questions about this event or whatever, don't hesitate to reach out. I think that's a great way to be subtle about staying top of mind, but not direct solicitation.
That's a great idea because being part of Soto, we have events coming up, and I could do that because this neighborhood falls in that category. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, because then that way you're not like that realtor in the neighborhood who's constantly, whose point of contact is constantly trying to list the house, but we know you're active about the community, you care about the community, you care about the HOA, right? And so you're involved in that way.
Yeah, that was something that Gail had mentioned too, is like putting on events for your community. I feel like the biggest thing is getting in front of people's faces, because I've also tried sending out like email blasts to everyone in the neighborhood, and I don't get responses. There's, nothing that comes of it, because I feel like it's so easy for them. It's just another email in their inbox. But if you're actually in front of their face and can engage with them and connect with them, that's when the relationship is going to form. So yeah, throwing in events and another awesome idea.
Yeah. Now, if you want to do just sold postcards or something like that, we are actually working on a 12-month postcard campaign with designed postcards that people from the group could utilize to farm your neighborhood in that way. So you can just take the design, put your contact information on it, and then plug it in to go out to your neighborhood list. I think postcards, you can be a little bit more heavy on the solicitation part because it's a proper form of contact, in the sense that you're not literally going up and putting something on someone's door.
Right.
But Nick brought up a really good point that I want my challenge for everyone on the call today is, if you're not a part of your neighborhood Facebook group or your neighborhood next door account, right? Go and find it, right? Search on Facebook for, even if you're in an apartment and you're in a rental, right? Search on Facebook for your apartment building's Facebook group. And if you're not, like, if you can't find one, then create one, right? Because you can be the leader of that group. You can help facilitate conversations between, individuals in your community. It lets you show that you're supporting your community. Facebook groups in that capacity is like the modern day of farming, where, like Nick said, I can post something on my neighborhood Facebook group, and everyone will see it. And then that's another and easier way and free way to stay in front of your farm area. So.
For sure. And that's also why setting up your Facebook account the way that Ben does, and having, Ben Laube, Central Florida Realtor, the second that they click on your profile, because if you're not friends, they see limited amounts of information. So I literally have Nick Nelson, Central Florida Realtor, with my follow-up boss number in the, the captions area. It's directly under my name. So, so when people do see it, and they are intrigued and they click on your profile and maybe don't want to message you, but your information is sitting right there in case they need to call you.
Other wins and lessons learned from this week. So I will be showing condos in downtown Orlando this afternoon, if someone wants to shout out on that appointment, and probably some more this weekend. So I'll keep you guys updated. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Nick, who is our presenter today, who's going to dive deep into marketing strategies to target new construction.
Yay. All right. Okay, I can't share my screen. I just want to make sure that, can people see this, my cell phone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. All right. So marketing strategies. I sat down and I was like, what marketing, tools have I used that have gotten me the most success? And I feel like that is Instagram for me personally. So I figured I would talk a bit about Instagram and the things that you can utilize in order to gain clients. So new construction, obviously, I'm obsessed with new construction just because I feel like there are so many benefits to new construction. And I will put these into the chat. But honestly, I mean, for me, social media is just putting out the benefits and the good things that can come from whatever you're talking about to your audience, right? And so for new construction, oh gosh, where is the chat? Here we go. I'm going to put these in the chat. I feel like you could talk about each and every one of these bullet points individually, or you can combine them all and help, do an Instagram story highlight about all of the different wonderful benefits of new construction. So the other thing that I thought about that I don't even really utilize myself, so this is going to be a lesson to me as well, is on your profile, we have these wonderful story highlights. These are like directly under your profile and is something that could be the first thing that someone sees when they click on your profile. And so you can add these, you can delete these, and you can kind of target them in order for people to click on them and go through them. I have had people that have literally messaged me and said, Nick, I just went through your entire laundry room makeover highlight reel. And so on these highlight reels, not only are they stories, but they're like multiple stories. This one has this is probably 20 some stories. And if people are constantly clicking through this, they're going to, be more likely to engage because they want to, if they're going all the way to the end, they're intrigued about what you have to say, right? So to create these, you can either go up here to the top right with the plus icon and go down to story highlight. And I don't know if people know this, but every single one of your stories gets saved onto your Instagram app. So you can go through, and if you were at a new construction community and took all of these videos, you can literally just click, 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 and create a new highlight reel there. Or you can create one by creating new stories. So I just figured I would show what we can do to create a new story highlight. So the other thing that I love about Instagram is not only do you have all of the, you have reels, you've got stories, you've got your story highlights, but within those, you have all of these extra tools that can help you get even more engagement with your audience, right? So I'm going to do like a question and answer about new construction and create a new story highlight and how to do that. So I'm literally just gonna do this on the spot. So, hey y'all, it's Nick Nelson with Ben Laube Homes. I'm answering all of your new construction real estate questions, so drop them in the chat below. So the wonderful thing about Instagram here, and everyone has a, everyone's familiar, but we have all of these extra tools here that can help get your audience even more engaged. So I'm just going to do questions ask me your new construction real estate questions. And you can literally just put that down below and you can add it to your stories. And the wonderful thing about the questions feature is that you can have people ask those questions, or you can literally go in. Oh, it has to upload first. You can go in and ask the questions yourself. So you can specifically go in and ask whatever you want to answer about. So what are the benefits of new construction? Okay, and you can send that. So when you get a question asked, or if you ask yourself the question, you can scroll up and all of the responses will be listed here, right? And they have a little reply button on the bottom, which you can either share the response or message that person directly. So, and it doesn't say who asked the question. So no one knows that you asked the question. So if you could literally do this about anything, if you wanted to do this on, you know, getting pre-approved, if you wanted to do this about insurance, I mean, anything that you want, you could do this about. So there are lots of benefits about new construction. One of them is you have warranties, you have lender incentives, and a lot more. So message me and we can talk more about it. And then it records the video, and then you just post that, right? And they don't all have to be videos, right? You can do, if you wanted to answer a question in the form of, you know, showing pictures, you can do that. So what are your favorite model homes? Sent. All right. So then we can go into, I scrolled up on the main page that I asked the question, and you can hit reply and you can share your response. And then there's also all of these features that you can use, and you can use videos that you've already taken. You can do pictures that you've already taken. So I'm going to use just some random pictures that I did not take, that I just kind of saved from the internet. But down here on the left, there's this little icon here that says layout. I like to use this a lot, especially with horizontal photos, and you can change the grid here and do the 3 horizontal ones. And this is perfect for like any listing photos. And then what you do is you just scroll up. You can add any pictures that you want. But here, you can answer the photo, or you can answer the question using an array of photos that you have, right? You click the X, and then you add it to your story, right? So when you have finished creating all of the questions that you want to ask yourself, because you are strategically doing this in order to add it to a highlight reel, all you do is on the bottom here, it says highlight. You can click highlight, and then you can add a new one. So this is new construction. Okay, so this has a limit. We can put question, no, real estate questions. Here we go. Or you don't need to add a caption either, but you can add that, and then you can view on your profile. And I'm trying edit highlight. Okay, so the other nice thing about stories or story highlights is that you can go in and edit that little icon that you see on the top. So I use Canva to do all of that. I mean, there's so many different apps that you can use, but to create that like first picture that you see, and I already have a design for mine that I use that matches all of the other aesthetics. So you just go in, type in new construction questions. And there we go. And then you can save this to your phone and then go back in and you can push edit cover here. And then there's this little icon down here where you can upload a picture that you've already taken. So anything from Canva, anything from Photoshop, if you've just taken a picture of what you want the cover to look like, you can do that. And then you can push done. So you push done there. And then as you can see, you have a new Instagram highlight story reel right here that anytime anyone clicks on, this will go through all of your different stories that you've included in this post. So I think I only included that one. So let me go. And all you really have to do is, if it's a current story that you have, you can just click on this little highlight button and then you can add it. I don't know if you can see that. Real estate questions, you just click on that. And then you can click on the highlight button on the bottom again with the new construction questions. And then those will automatically get put onto your new highlight story reel. So now I've got multiple slides that people can go through. And people can watch you talk about literally any topic that you possibly want to feature. So that is something that I think is invaluable, because it's literally, I mean, you can be on Instagram for 10 years, and if people wanted to see what you posted 10 years ago, they would have to literally scroll through hundreds, if not thousands of posts. With highlight reels, it's literally right in front of their face. And if you can make the content interactive and make it, you know, fun and pop, people are going to watch it and continue to watch it, and the possibility of them engaging with you is so much higher if, you know, you have fun, engaging content. So that is Instagram stories, the highlights. We've got like 8 minutes. The other biggest thing that I think people don't utilize on social media is regular reels. Reels are a whole nother monster, but we can go through this semi quickly. So on the top right, you've got the add button, and you can add a reel. And I've already kind of created just one quickly to just kind of showcase the little features that you can add into your reels. So this was a reel that I had taken of just my house. And the beautiful thing about reels is that I have found is most attractive to people are short, sweet, informative, and fun. So whenever I'm at a new construction home, all I really do as far as video content goes is take little sweeps of the major rooms. You can do like a walkthrough, you can do a 5-minute video of the entire house, but the likelihood of someone watching from start to finish on a 5-minute video from the entryway to the 8th bedroom is very slim. So what I like to do is literally just take really quick 3-second clips, and you can string them together and give the audience an idea of the house without it being one long, boring clip. So for Reels, you can add as many, well, I think you have like a minute, but you can add videos and photos if you would like. And then after you have everything added, you can go in and you can add text. You can draw scribbles. You can add any of the interactive features. You can add music. I mean, there's so many things that you can add to these things to make them more visually appealing. So for this, I mean, you could literally just put the address of, a listing or a new construction development. And what you do is you click on the text, and you can edit how long this text is seen for. So I'm going to stop it there. So all you're going to see when the video starts is that address, and then it will stop showing that text at the cutoff there. So for new construction, if you wanted to put the name of the community, you could put $6,000 closing cost incentives and have that pop up on the next slide or the next video, and have that show up for that second shot. Choose your own home updates. And you can have that show up on the third slide. You can do 1, 2, and 5-year warranties, because one of the beautiful things about new construction is the warranty packages that you can get. And so you can put that on the next one. My point in doing this is that you can give a lot of information in a very short amount of time, just by doing a bit of editing. So you kind of become a bit of a movie editor. But once that's done, and you can add music to make this more enjoyable for when someone watches it. And then when you click on it, oh, come on, is it not going to show? That's the cover. And then you can go to drafts. You know what? I'm just going to post it, even though I hate doing this. And you can share and watch your new reel on Instagram. The wonderful thing about reels is that you get so much more exposure on reels because they blast it out to more people. I know I was watching, Mararis uploaded one the other day and it had like 2,000 views. And I mean, to get 2,000 eyes on anything that I post from my profile, it never happens. So then, yeah, you can watch this and it becomes this beautiful little reel that's perfectly timed and edited. and then it's linked to your profile. So if people like what you post, they can go to your profile. If you have all of your contact information, they can contact you from your profile. So on mine, I literally have my follow-up boss number with a little phone emoji to make it kind of stand out a little bit. And, you know, I state where I'm from, that I'm a realtor, that I own Airbnb rentals. And if you need me, here's my number. So that's kind of a quick overview of highlight stories and reels and how you can kind of use them to gain new business. But yeah, it's 9:43, so I want to be respectful and not take up everyone's time, but that is 2 ways that you can go about using social media to market for new construction or just real estate in general.
Awesome. What questions do you guys have? Sweet. So I would recommend, if you haven't already, to, you know, if you are a newer agent that does have some free time and you're looking to market yourself, then once a week you should be going to a different new construction community, right? They have model homes for a reason. Go photograph the model home, post about the model home. There's been very, actually quite a few times where I'll just post about a model home, right? Or I'll feature a model home and someone will reach out and say, how much is that home for? And then that will be starting the conversation for their home search, because they'll be reaching out over these new construction photos I posted on. So yeah, if you have time and you're newer, I would definitely recommend hitting up new construction community each week.
Absolutely. And that's really where it stems from, is just the seed of them making a comment, or yeah, they might just come out and ask you, you know, can we go see this? But even if they just comment and they're like, oh my goodness, that's beautiful, the conversation that can lead from that can be extremely beneficial. So.
All right, any other questions, comments, deal specific questions? No, damn you. All right. Well, that wraps us up for today. I hope you guys learned something from Nick. Nick, thank you for sharing so much.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Quick question in the chat for you.
Yes, Amelia, no, I did not edit my photo in QuickTime. That's just, I spent like 2 hours trying to figure out how to mirror my phone to my Mac, and you can use QuickTime to do that. But no, QuickTime had no other part of the video creating other than me sharing my screen. But I mean, to edit your video, I mean, to create a reel, those are literally just the 3-second clips that I was talking about. And when you go in to create a new reel, you can upload as many videos as you can fit in to a minute-long reel. And so you just swipe up if you've already recorded the videos, click, 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 and they will all edit together to create what you saw on mine. It's very, very simple.
Awesome. And so that wraps us up for today. If you guys have any other questions, reach out. We are here, and we'll see you all tomorrow.